That day, the girl discovered her mother's secret that had been hidden for years. Whenever her father left for work, her mother would drop the girl and her little brother off at the neighbor's house, then sneak out to meet her male cousin. A surge of rage filled the girl's heart. To get revenge on her mother, she filled the bathtub with water and tricked her little brother into coming over to swim. Then she called her mother, telling her that the boy had fallen into the tub because no one was watching him. The woman frantically threw on her clothes and had her cousin rush her to the hospital. In her panic and urgency, she caused her cousin to get into an accident on the way. After this incident, the woman not only divorced her husband but also lost her cousin. However, rather than feeling sad, she seemed strangely excited. Every day, she would put on sexy nightgowns in her room, and the landlord could hear laughter and cheerful voices coming from her apartment. This infuriated him. He had originally rented to her because she was supposed to be quiet living alone, but now he couldn't sleep because of the noise every night. The landlord decided to go upstairs and confront her, but as he approached the stairs, he realized there had never been any male voices coming from her room. To avoid any misunderstanding, the landlord tied a string across the stairway. When the woman's laughter rang out again, he rushed to check the string, only to find it completely intact. The landlord sensed something wasn't right, so he had a friend investigate the woman. After learning about her recent experiences, the landlord decided to leave her alone. But one day, the woman's daughter suddenly came to visit, and the landlord handed the girl his spare key. When the woman returned and discovered someone had been in her room, she stormed over to warn the landlord. He had explicitly promised that no one would enter her room. Why hadn't he kept his word? This made the landlord even more suspicious that the woman was hiding something in her room. After the woman left, the landlord entered her apartment. Sure enough, he felt something strange under her pillow. His heart jumped, and he immediately went to check the refrigerator. Just as he suspected, the freezer compartment was locked. The landlord waited until the woman opened the refrigerator that evening, then used the opportunity to jam toothpicks into the lock mechanism. After the woman went out, the landlord successfully picked the lock. Sure enough, he found something disturbing inside the freezer. To prevent the woman from making more mistakes, the landlord called her ex-husband, explaining that she was in an abnormal mental state and needed someone to care for her. But the ex-husband simply said they were divorced and hung up on him. The girl happened to overhear this conversation, so she came back again. This time, instead of approaching the landlord directly, she waited until he went to his study, then quietly stole the key and successfully entered her mother's room. Sure enough, she discovered what was abnormal about her mother's freezer. The thought of her mother filled the girl with twisted excitement. When her mother returned home, the girl announced she had made vegetable soup for them. As the woman happily tasted her daughter's cooking, she bit down on her lover's ear. She stared at her daughter in disbelief, seeing the cunning smile on the girl's face. A wave of nausea washed over the woman.